This was one of my quickest profits this year. And it wasn't really much. It was around like 2 grand, but the pattern was just so clear to not play it. So first of all, uh, the name of it, AMRH. We're looking at a stock that had like 80 million volume today, and it went up. The top of the day was 273% up, but it closed the day on 114% up. Now, what's interesting about the stock is that it didn't really have a lot of pre-market action. It started as pre-market from 6 and not from 4. So at 5:30, I was already in a different stock that had cancer news. But AMRH basically had a CBD based cancer treatment, and that basically, I mean, made the stock to more than triple in price. Um, and those were the news, and that's basically trading uptrend of news. It's a low float, high volume, good news. It's a micro cap, so the market cap is 4.57 million. So what's fascinating about those stocks is that they're basically unknown until you hear news about them and big news. And when big news come out, they just blow up in price. They go triple, double, triple, because everybody wants their quick day trading profits and they want to sell off. And in between all of this, there's also a lot of investors that got in, lost money, and got out. And this is mostly the biggest volume of the days in these hours. So in here, we can see that the stock sold off at 7, but it kept the 100% off, but it's basically what people would call a pump and dump, or just a stock that is not worth it to keep going up in price. It's just a trap. It's a stock that would just keep going down in price and people will sell it off aggressively because it's a HTB stock, a penny stock that nobody knew and nobody really traded, and now it just went ballistic over some CBD news. So yeah, basically what happened in here after it got ballistic, we basically we have the breakout play. So first breakout, right? Second breakout breaks the first breakout, right? And then third breakout breaks the second breakout. But then we have an attempt for a fourth breakout, but unfortunately it couldn't pass the resistance point. And when it did that, it basically sold off. Now, if we look in the yearly side today, with the 80 million volume that it had, was the highest volume traded this year. So in this chart, we can look on the year week time frame. And again, I always look at two charts, but actually the way I played this stock today was a little bit of a FOMO play. So I have this strategy, and it's called the right way to play penny stocks pre-market. And what I do with it is basically I buy stocks pre-market with news, and I buy them pre-market, and I just put a market order to sell it off, because as we know, when the market opens, usually stocks just fall, just sell off. This one in particular, I came across it a little late, and when I came across it, it was already in this breakout point, right? So I saw this breakout and then it sold off. And right when it sold off, I decided that if it's going to break the 5.5, and it's funny, it's something you're going to notice now, it's pretty interesting, right? So in here, I decided that if it passes the 5.5, it has a potential to break out and make money for me. And that's what I did. I put a limit buy to enter at 5.5, and then it went ballistic up. Now, I want you to look at it in the candlesticks. Now, that's why I always look at candlesticks and a regular line at the same time. Because if you can see in here, so in here, the higher part of the candlestick was 515. But in here, it was at the time it was 5 on 5. Now we can see it's more like on the 502. No, sorry. At the time it was 5, my bad. It was 5, but I decided to basically buy it 5 cents over. So that's why my limit buy was 5 on 5, $5.05. But in here, you can see that the highest point was 5.15. So the thing is, when I got into it, it was already breaking out, and I missed the pre-market play. So it wasn't a FOMO play, don't get me wrong. I just saw that it's going to break this line. I saw it's going ballistic. There was a lot of volume. Again, it's a low float stock. So I decided I want to get in with a limit buy. So the only way that you would play something like this, a play like this, is basically, let's just say you're around in here and you're wondering if you should enter or not. Put a limit sell for above this breakout, 5 cents or 10 cents above this breakout, and just let it break out. So what I did it on 5 cents, and it's actually like really on the top of like the upper band of the VWAP. So you never really know what happens after that line, because when it hits the upper band of the VWAP, if it's really ballistic, it's going to keep going up. But if it's other investors see that, so they start selling it. So that's why it has a less probability to keep going up. But my play was basically another breakout that breaks the old breakout. So that's why I put a $5.05 limit order. I got in the trade, and then it went up so fast. And in here, you can see that the highest was 5.13. But in here, because it's a candlestick, it shows you the highest price, and it was 5.3. So I basically got in at $5.05. I put a limit sell to 5.5 because I wanted to sell automatically. I didn't want to hold the stock. I knew that the stock is going to break down eventually. It might go up again from it, but I knew it's gonna dip aggressively. So that's why I put a 5.5 limit buy. So when it reaches that point, I'm done. And I also put a stop loss. But when it was gapping, and it was like all in the minutes, it was super quick. When it was gapping, I put a trail stop loss for 5.25. And a trailing stop loss basically means that if the stock is going to keep going up, it's not going to sell. But if it's going to go down, whatever variant that you put in, which I put in 0.5 cents, it will automatically sell, which basically saves your position if it's going to keep uptrending, because sometimes we would sell a stock and we'll be like, oh, it kept going up, I shouldn't sell it, right? So that's why I use the trailing stop loss. If it keeps going up, I'll keep making money. But if it breaks down, I'll be safe with my profits. And that's exactly what happened. So the sell price was 5.2, and basically got in with $5.05, and sell price 5.2. So it's a very, very quick play for a very, very quick profit. And as you can see, it broke out a couple of times today over news, CBD news. We all know that people love CBD. We all know that investing in marijuana is being a big thing right now. People being very bullish with marijuana things. So that's basically what made this stock broke out. But because it's a low float, low market cap, unknown company that broke out aggressively today, it will keep selling off. So that's why I never bag hold these. I never hold these. I never even try to swing trade those, because what people try to do, usually after a stock breaks down, people will try to trade a decliner. Basically, if a stock breaks down 50%, 80%, 100%, people will try to buy it for overnight plays. But I would never buy a stock that was the daily gapper for an overnight play as a decliner. So I want you to guys keep it in mind, and I want you to not beg hold this, because I don't see a future in it. Now, don't get me wrong. There is a potential, but it's really, really risky. And yeah, this is fascinating pattern for today, and I want to keep doing those videos because I'm very fascinated by those patterns. Because when I started trading, I looked at those as a way to get rich quick, but today I don't even care about the money. I just enjoy winning. I enjoy the play. So I hope you guys learned something from this video, and please subscribe, give me a thumbs up. I'm going to keep making those videos about daily gappers so people will understand how to play them better. And I also have my Stocktwits account, which I always update what I'm doing and what I'm trading. So thank you guys for watching, and have a great rest of your trading week.